Hello and welcome to another episode from Hollow Cookie Gaming, and today we're going to be doing a review of UFC 191, and I'm joined by somebody different today, a friend of the show, friend of the channel, my friend Tom.
Hi, how you doing?
Well,
Not that you can answer us. So.
That was so energetic, man. So energetic. Anyway, we're going to be We're going to show you the video of the top three fights. As you can see, Anthony Johnson and somebody else has made Jimi Manuwa, or Jimmy Morgan, I think he's named.
It's a poor imitation of a creator fighter.
Yeah,
of
well,
an
it's
fighter.
in the game. It's not really that great, but yeah, it's a good light heavyweight fight.
Really? Okay then, we'll go with that one. we'll go with good.
Good for Anthony Johnson.
Yeah.
Jimi Manuwa has only been beaten once by Gustafsson, who recently got knocked out quite badly by Anthony Johnson.
Front kick! Front kick! Oh no.
So you got any thoughts on this one?
The fight itself?
Yeah.
It should be over it should be over fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Jimi Manuwa doesn't have much to offer Anthony Johnson.
Nah, and Anthony Johnson's a fucking animal.
He is, but not only that, he's a really good counter striker. And Jimi Manuwa's game relies on him getting you against the fence and holding you there while kneeing your calf. Like, you know, if Jimi Manuwa's going to win this fight, it's going to be like Anthony Johnson's calf explodes.
Well, that would keep in theme with Jimi Manuwa's wins though.
Yeah, 4 of his last 5 wins have been by like weird doctor's stoppage
Or injury, or just like somebody blew out the knee.
Yeah,
doing nothing.
Like he does damage to people in weird ways, but a really skilled striker like Anthony Johnson, who's got so many tools at his disposal, doesn't stand a chance.
He's just got that right hand, big right hand. I think is going to end it, or the left high kick.
One thing for Jimi Manuwa, he is more of a threat than the previous opponent, Jan Blachowicz. I'm sorry about the pronunciation.
Yeah.
It's like Johnny B.
Yeah, Johnny B. Yeah, we're going for Johnny B.
He would have got absolutely mauled by Anthony. And don't get us wrong, Jimi Manuwa will, but it'll look all the better for Jimi Manuwa having a more impressive physique. That's about it. This is a slightly more convincing job.
I think the same as well, to be honest. It's Anthony Johnson KO first round. Just got rocked there by a left hook.
Yeah, man, good shot.
I recorded these early. We're not actually playing these live, or it would have been a lot of silence.
Probably.
And oh man, and bullshit. And, I honestly don't think it'll go. Yeah, I think we'll just be straight knockout.
I think the computer's being quite generous to Jimi Manuwa.
Yeah, there we go. That's the way it's. But yeah, there's a fair few fights on this card. It's Demetrius Johnson, John Dodson, which we're going to get to later on. We've got that fight at the end. That's the flyweight title main event. We've got Andrei Arlovski, Frank Mir, which we're going to be covering next. I think it's either going to be really fun or not. If it doesn't go,
to be put bluntly.
Yeah, if it doesn't end in the first, it will. Yeah. What else we got? Paige Van Zandt, Alex Chamberlain. I know you've
Alex Chambers.
Alex Chambers, not Chamberlain.
It's again, it's similar to what we talked about with Anthony Johnson. It's a squash match for Paige Van Zandt. Should probably go the full 15 minutes because Alex Chambers is quite durable. She does have some sneaky submissions, even though she is submittable herself. But Paige Van Zandt's the prospect they're looking to get over at the moment. She's rather athletic, even though she can't do a hell of a lot yet.
Yeah, but she's only still young though. She's 23.
She's 21.
21.
She's 21. She was actually only recently turned 21. She was meant to be in the female strawweight Ultimate Fighter, but she was too young to be in the house because there's alcohol there.
Yeah, I remember
so she was only 20-year-old.
Bit of a silly, but you know.
But yeah, they're hoping for a bit of Ronda Rousey magic. They'll not get it, but she could be. She is a good prospect, and should hopefully fight for a title someday.
Yeah, I think that's what the UFC want.
Yeah.
It's
so give her a tune-up fight against Alex Chambers, who she should look pretty good against for 15 minutes.
Yeah, put another fight, and then by the time it comes back around, she should be in time for a Ronda Rousey fight, maybe mid next year.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
No, Jędrzejczyk, sorry.
Yeah. Strawweight.
Yeah.
It's cool, man. We
Mad,
can edit
yeah.
this shit.
Yeah, man, just edit that bit out. I won't. Oh, what? 5 minutes on the start. I will. But yeah, she'll be fighting Jen Jacek. Probably about mid next year when she's ready, because she's on the same card as Ronda Rousey.
Possibly, but the Jędrzejczyk Cadella fight's not happening until the start of next year.
Yeah, that's the same time.
It was Ronda Rousey, Holly Holm, yeah.
So, we've got one of our. Oh, well, we may as well talk about this fight that's on at the minute, the Arlovsky Frank Mir fight. If Frank Mir can get to the floor, then I think he'll be able to submit.
I wouldn't have thought so. Arlovsky's a pretty good grappler.
Yeah, but so is Nogueira. Nogueira's arm was facing the wrong way, and I always go back to seeing him going, oh, looking at his arm.
That was a significantly faded Nogueira. I think it's weirdly enough, an Arlovsky in his mid to late 30s, it seems to be hitting his stride.
Yeah,
so,
which is the
It's weird, but it's a middle-aged renaissance at the moment at heavyweight.
He seems to be such a likable guy as well.
He
like
is,
everything I've seen
nice
of him.
Guy. He comes across that way anyway.
Yeah.
But former we're both, sort of should point out, 2 former heavyweight champions fighting here, so some prestige to it. But I see it going a lot like that. Arlovsky winning in the first. Yeah,
just faster, better combinations, and Frank Mir does not take a hit well.
But as much as Arlovsky has put notions of his glass jaw to rest as of late, I still think it's there. If Frank Mir does hit him, it could go the other way.
Well, he said in the Brown fight that he thought it was over when he got hit by that right hand and he crumpled. He actually thought it was all over then, but Travis Brown was just too damaged.
Just watch that fight. That's brutal.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. If you haven't actually watched that, it's the round of the year, and it's the whole fight.
Yeah,
and it's brilliant.
The most fun heavyweight fight I've ever seen.
I don't know about that, but among them, it was very good.
That's my number one then. Since we've got a while here with the
main event.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll talk a lot about the other fights in this as well, because I've just noticed there's
a lot of video to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of video to go. Right, so
blitz through this, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we may as well talk about this one.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I recently watched the first fight again, the Demetrius John Dodson's first fight, and unfortunately, I was sitting the day before thinking about how is this fight gonna go. Like, how do I think it's going to go? And I was it's going to be very close first round. Dodson's got the power, so he'll rock him in the second, sorry, like maybe knock him down. Johnson will be hurt till the third, and then start pulling away the late third, fourth, and fifth, and win it. On watching it again, that's just the first fight.
Yeah,
exactly what happened the first one. Yeah, exactly what happened. Yeah, basically.
Breaking it down like a pro.
I didn't call the whole headlock and knee him in the head for half a round in the fourth.
That was beautiful. But I mean, I don't think this is an adjective. It's a superlative that hasn't been used for Demetrius Johnson yet. The guy is technically brilliant, and we'll hear that again and again and again on Saturday night. He's the most technically perfect fighter in the UFC, and he's Joe Rogan's pound for pound pick this week.
But it depends who's fighting on the card.
Exactly.
I guess that pound for pound.
In my opinion, the pound for pound fighter in the world right now. It's like, all right, Joe.
Yeah, it's only because he's fighting this week.
But no, it is true about Demetrius Johnson. It's just, unfortunately, the story around this guy's career is, why can't he sell on pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Why don't people care about him?
But it's because he gets into these fights where it just looks like he's sparring, and then all of a sudden he turns it on and then demolishes people. I think if he just went out there and tried to demolish, I'm sitting here talking about it, just go out and hit, just go out and get it, just get the finish straight away. But if he feels like he's got that talent, like he's good enough just to be able to go in there and do what he wants to do, but he'll go in there to see what the other person's going to do and react to that, if you know what I mean.
I mean, I do understand where you're coming from, but you got to look at, he tends to dominate his fights, even when you see at this kind of relaxed sparring pace. In
his
recent
relaxed
fights,
sparring pace, but
he
he's
has started
fast.
going after people, especially with his striking.
Yeah.
I think of that overhand right into a left flying knee pulled off against Chris Carriasso at the end of the first round, quickly before dispatching him in the second.
Yeah.
It's just all about the level of his comfortableness in the cage.
Yeah.
He's become more and more. He's growing into a championship fighter still, and I guess learning how to navigate these 5-round fights.
Yeah.
And I think the first fight these guys had was a perfect example of him having that championship class.
Yeah.
That ability to pull it out of the fire and win 3 rounds straight after losing the first 2.
Yeah. Well, the first round was close.
The first round was close.
I've got to give it to Dodson or Dodson.
I think Dodson got the second definitely, and maybe the third. But pulling out those last 2 rounds with a beautiful use of the Thai plum.
Yeah.
Just with constant knees to the face, and it came after that illegal knee, and then after then he was so smart with that knee. It was great to watch.
Even when Dodson was putting his hand down, like trying to make it get another separation because he couldn't get out of it at all. He had nothing in that position. He was either getting kneed in the forehead or kneed in the leg. As soon as he put that hand down, he was taking
absolute picture perfect footwork.
Yeah, fastest. I would only say second fastest in the UFC to Dodson.
I would say he's faster than Dodson now, like the way he strings together techniques.
Yeah, but
I would say I think when they first fought, I thought Dodson probably had the more varied striking arsenal at that point.
Yeah,
and certainly had the power.
Yeah,
and he still does have the power advantage over Demetrius Johnson, but it's not as profound as it was in the first fight in their striking arsenals. You'll not be seeing that. Don't worry, but. Anyway, where was
I? You were talking about Demetrius Johnson's.
Oh yes, his striking arsenal now is. He looks like he's been doing it his whole life. He looks like a guy with pro kickboxing experience.
Yeah, not a wrestler.
Not a wrestler who's learned to throw a few punches.
Yeah.
And the speed in which he delivers techniques is remarkable.
Yeah, but it's just stupidly fast. But his only loss in the UFC is to the champion above. Well, the former champion above, Dominic Cruz. Couldn't remember his name though.
No, like I say, the last 6 or 7, about 8 fights, he's looked absolutely untouchable, except for the brief moments where John Dodson managed to connect.
Yeah, but a lot has changed since then. He seems to have got better and better. He just seems to be surpassing people as well, getting better and going on.
Yeah, he gets stronger as the fight goes on.
Yeah,
I agree completely.
Kind of.
He's got.
It's got that the whole champion, the good champion will be able to lose the first 2 rounds and win the last 3.
Yeah.
Because
it's that championship heart.
Yeah, to be able to come back. Doesn't matter, but in the past few fights, it doesn't even look like he's had to do that. The last time he had to do it was against Demetrius Johnson.
I think the one time, to recollection. But yeah, we'll move on to some of the undercard fights before we come back and do our overall picks.
Yeah, to see. Well, we haven't actually picked this fight yet, did we?
I don't think so. I mean, we basically gave it away of what we've been talking.
Say Dodson still could get the cheeky knockout right in the first round because he has still got that power. Has knocked out the bantamweight champion, the current bantamweight champion.
He has, but he also seems to be on a bit of a downward trajectory as far as his fights go. He's won his last 2 fights, but he hasn't looked all that great.
Yeah. But anyway, we'll come back to the actual pick in a bit. We'll go back to the featured prelim. Yeah, your favourite word. Paul Felder versus Ross Pearson, which is he's from kind of where we're from. So
a local lad.
Aye, local lad as they would say. I was trying to get away from saying that, but. I'm a fan of Ross Pearson, but I'm not too sure if that's just local pride. But I do since he knocked out Gray Maynard. More so.
No, correction, knocked out Gray Maynard's ghost.
Yeah, former the Gray Maynard.
The fighter formerly known as Gray Maynard.
Yeah. And Paul Felder, I couldn't even tell you who he fought last.
Yeah, recently lost to Edson Barbosa in a close decision.
Oh yeah.
It was a good fight. Yeah, it was. Good fight. Loads of spinny stuff.
Yeah. But that's what you get from Barbosa.
And Felder.
Yeah.
Felder likes his spinning techniques. And I actually think he's going to win this fight convincingly. He's a bigger, stronger guy than Ross Pearson.
Yeah, Ross Pearson's not a very big featherweight.
Lightweight.
Is he still at lightweight? I thought he went down.
He moved back up. He moved to featherweight, got knocked out by Cub Swanson, and then moved back up to lightweight. But yeah, it's... Yeah, again, Ross Pearson hasn't looked particularly great unless he's facing an OAP.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, yeah, what about Diego Sanchez? But no, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously, we're not talking about actual pensioners here, but we are talking about
people that passed the prime.
When you see, like, has George Soteropoulos not got the worst case of old man body ever?
Yeah, agreed.
He has the body of an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, he's got a weird chest dipping down type thing.
Yeah, and he's like 34.
Yeah, but
maybe older now.
Well, to be honest, like on this card, we do have the oldest young guy in the UFC. Right down there, right down on the prelims.
Joe Riggs.
Yes,
Joe Riggs.
The ancient dinosaur that is only 32.
If for some reason you're not an MMA fan and you're watching this, you need to look up some of the crazy things that have happened to Joe Riggs recently. Like when he had to pull out of a fight for shooting himself.
Yeah, he shot himself in the leg.
While cleaning his gun.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to him, it is very common. I'll have to take your word for it, Joe.
Yeah, well...
And, yeah... We're going to talk about Ron Stallings, his competitor, who will probably win this fight because something will fall off Joe Riggs.
Yeah, like a toe.
He'll break some. That's how his last fight ended. He broke his own collarbone.
Yeah. Yeah,
And Ron Stallings is nothing special, but he should be able to get the job done against old man Riggs.
Yeah. What's the first one on there?
First fight of the
night. I can't see.
You can't scroll.
Can't scroll.
You've lost the ability to scroll.
I can't scroll. I can't briefly scroll. Why won't it let me scroll? Never mind.
But we know two people are fighting at the beginning of the night. So
I can't remember.
Make sure you tune in for that.
Yeah. That's if you've got Fight Pass. If you're one of these people that pays for Fight Pass. I'm one of those people. And the one that's laughing keeps on stealing his. Yeah. I remember a while ago I signed into my Fight Pass and got signed out instantly. I was like, what the fuck? And no, it was you. I'm guessing.
I don't know. I only used it this weekend because when you were doing this.
This was a while ago.
Nah, maybe.
Yeah. Right, who else we got? That's round 3 on that one, so we've still got
2 more rounds to go.
Yeah. John Lineker, that is a tragedy. It is down there on the prelims.
It should be on the main card, I agree.
Yeah, Lineker Rivera.
It's 2 bangers, 2 guys.
Yeah, 2 top featherweights. Featherweight?
No, John Lineker is a flyweight who could never make weight, so they're forcing him to fight at bantamweight. Unfortunately, it's against... Like, John Lineker is the guy who hit the hardest at flyweight, even probably more so than John Dodson in the main event. But he could never make weight, so now he's been forced to fight the definite hardest puncher at bantamweight. Francisco Rivera is a scary puncher. If he hits people, they will go unconscious eventually. He's just... And he would have beat Uriah Faber as well, which is a huge win if it wasn't for an eye poke bulldog choke combo.
Yeah, that was...
Pulling out the old Ric Flair techniques.
Kind of half expecting a woo there, but...
no, I restrained myself.
I even left that little bit there just for...
dramatic pause.
Yeah.
I can restrain myself.
Oh, and... yeah, so who are you getting that one to?
Rivera, he's so much. I was looking at it. John Lineker's 5'3" and Francisco Rivera's 5'8" with a much longer reach.
Oh yeah.
It's 2 punches. Got to give it to the bigger guy. But John Lineker is mean, so
I'm going to give
it.
I'm going to give it a Lineker by decision. Faster, people getting in and out.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue against that. It should be a really fun fight.
No, yeah.
It's probably besides the main event, the fight I'm looking forward to the most from a competitive standpoint.
Yeah, well, that's the only one on there that is like a really meaningful fight. Because yeah, Orlovsky, me are the
What
two
are you on
top.
about? Orlovsky, me is a #1 contender fight, that. No jokes.
Yeah, no, but that's going to
the
make...
winner of that has a legitimate claim at having a shot at the heavyweight title.
Anyone that wins a fight at heavyweight's got a legitimate...
two fights.
Two
fights.
fights.
You win 2 fights and you get a shot at the heavyweight title. Apparently, the way we're going now, you don't have to win fights to get title shots. So
Yeah, well, you've got a thing like Gustafsson getting a title shot.
yeah, but like it was just pointed out to me, my boy Daniel Cormier also had a loss, then got an immediate title shot.
Yeah.
So it's swings and roundabouts, people.
Right, it might surprise you, but I'm sure they'll tell you in the preview to this fight over and over again that there's another rematch on the card. I think the only other rematch
The rematch,
is it?
The rematch of the century.
That's Jessica Andrade versus Raquel Pennington, which
yeah.
I've seen it. I would have been watching the event.
I don't even know if I watched it. I don't particularly care.
I would have watched that event. I have seen it, but I don't remember it.
It's the unfortunate thing is that in that division, it's just like, yeah, but Ronda Rousey would maul them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't normally bother me in any other decision. Like, I'll still watch light heavyweights fight, even though it's like, well, yeah,
Still watch
John
flyweights fight.
I'll still watch flyweights fight because I enjoy. But it is, I think it's the shallowest division in all of the UFC. If not, no, actually, women's 145 is pretty dirt for talent as well, and heavyweight is atrocious.
Yeah.
But women's 135 in the UFC is pathetically shallow.
Yeah. A lot of good things at strawweight though.
Oh, strawweight's balling.
Yeah.
Strawweight's balling is really good. If fighting's your thing, check out women at 115 pounds fighting. They are awesome.
And Jędrzejczyk, the one thing I did like about the what Dana White tweeted just after or just before her last fight was the clip of her and Chuck Liddell side by side striking, and it was spot on. It just is like a mini Chuck Liddell. Have you ever seen it or not?
I haven't. No.
I'll show you later.
Yeah.
It's good. If you haven't seen it at home, go check out. Just type in Jędrzejczyk. You might want to check the spelling on that tablet. But yeah.
I'm sure if you type in Joanna Champion into Google, it now comes up as it.
Yeah, that'll
shout
probably be
out to the CME boys.
Oh, that's cool. I think that's all the fights on the card, isn't it? Oh no, we haven't talked about Corey Anderson.
In the previously mentioned Blachowicz.
Johnny B. Probably going to be the worst one on the main card.
If one of us picks like either or,
yeah,
we'll guarantee to get one right.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Go with that?
Yeah, I'll go with Corey Anderson.
Alright, cool. I'll be Johnny B. No, I mean the thing is, it's like I don't know all that much about Jan Blachowicz. He's got some decent striking, I know that, but
yeah. And Corey Anderson's only 5-1, so there's.
He's got a very good wrestling pedigree, though.
Yeah, but that's. Yeah.
He's very inexperienced, and he's an Ultimate Fighter product, so that normally spells doom for him. But and actually, come to think of it, checking out like Corey Anderson's chin in his last fight against Jan Vellante, Jan Blachowicz could crack him with something and feasibly knock him out. We have seen it happen recently.
Yeah, he has. That is his one loss.
Yeah, if he's but I can imagine he's probably going to rely heavily on his wrestling and get a decision.
Yeah. Right, and
just point out though, Johnny B, lucky to get out of a fight with Anthony Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he would like yeah, I would have been happy to take that phone call. Oh, by the way, you're not fighting Anthony Johnson anymore. You're fighting Corey Anderson.
Sweet.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll.
Oh no, actually, can we say one thing for Corey Anderson as well?
What's that?
Best nickname in all of MMA.
Yeah, true.
Beast in 25-8.
Yeah,
there is just not enough weeks in the day for this man to beast. He needs an extra one, and an extra hour per day.
Yeah. Yeah. He has got. He is in the top 5 of best nicknames. Uncle Creepy's still number 1.
I don't know. Like I've got a thing for Beast in 25-8. soft spot.
Yeah, it's in the top 5. It's in the top 5.
But
But anyway, we'll do our pick for this main event, and it's right here. Yeah, and still champion.
I concur.
Yeah.
I believe Demetrius Johnson cannot be beaten in a 5-round fight right now.
No.
And I believe it'll take someone who he hasn't fought before.
Yeah. I just don't think he. I can't see anyone beating him at the moment. Yeah, unless he like breaks his leg walking into the octagon and doesn't tell anybody. Even then, he may use it to his advantage somehow. Change his fighting style.
But no, he is a fighting genius. So.
Well, that is everything from us at Hollow Cutty Gaming. We are going to be doing the next few pay-per-views anyway, leading all the way up to December, but they haven't released any more fights until then. And we can do the Ronda Rousey Holly Holm one as well in January.
Cool, we can talk about how Holly Holm's going to get massacred.
Yeah, Jacek's on that card as well, so it'll be something to talk about.
Yeah, something fun.
Yeah.
But no, that is actually like. I know we're going over the top here.
It's alright.
Like over the time limit. But
Sorry, we've got some
Claudia Gadelha and Joanna Jędrzejczyk is actually a fight I'm really looking forward to. A true rematch I'm looking forward to. Their first fight was razor thin.
Yeah.
So close. And you know Jędrzejczyk wants to get in her face after she punched her after Claudia Gadelha punched her after the bell.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like I am actually as psyched for that as I am possibly Conor McGregor, Jose Aldo.
Yeah, man. I honestly think them two are going to be the ones that are going to be like headlining the big cards soon enough.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of things that need to fall into place to create
like
a
Aldo,
star in MMA right now.
Aldo losing, we'll leave that for that episode.
Yeah.
If you like that, please like, share and subscribe. We'll be back for the next pay-per-view.
Thank you very much.
See you next time.